In 1977, NASA launched a spacecraft that would become one of humanity's most iconic deep space explorers, Voyager 1. Designed to last just 5 years, it was tasked with studying Jupiter and Saturn. But as the decades passed, it exceeded all expectations, continuing its journey into the vast unknown far beyond our solar system. In 2012, Voyager 1 became the first human-made object to cross into interstellar space. Since then, it has been traveling through a realm where no signal from Earth had ever ventured, relaying data that deepens our understanding of the cosmos. But recently, something strange happened. A transmission came through. Not just static. Not just plasma waves. But something else. Something that scientists had never anticipated. The signal was first detected late one evening by a NASA Deep Space Network facility. At first glance, it appeared to be noise, random, scattered, and meaningless. But buried within that chaos was a consistent pulse. At first, it seemed like a fluke, perhaps a solar interference or cosmic ray collision. But then it pulsed again. And again. Perfectly timed. A rhythm. Not natural. Not random. Analysts began cross-referencing the data. The timing of the pulse didn't match any known cosmic event, nor did it correspond with onboard system errors. What Voyager 1 had sent back wasn't telemetry or environmental data, it was a pattern. And patterns demand investigation. Within days, a classified meeting was convened. A small team of mission specialists, radio astronomers, and encryption analysts began decoding the transmission. The pulses were consistent in intervals of 7.2 seconds, followed by gaps of exactly 3.6 seconds, then repeated. It wasn't Morse code. It wasn't binary. But it was structured. Like a fingerprint in space. Someone, or something, had to have generated this. One of the first theories proposed was that this was a legacy signal, perhaps Voyager 1's backup system broadcasting old, corrupted data from its early mission days. But the timestamps embedded in the signal didn't align with any historical log. The pattern was new. Then came the discovery that changed everything. Embedded within the signal was a faint electromagnetic anomaly, not previously detected in any of Voyager's previous logs. The anomaly displayed a specific frequency modulation, akin to how human voice patterns appear on radio waves, but far more complex. The pattern repeated in mirrored waves, almost like a symmetrical echo. It was as if the signal was bouncing off something. But what could reflect radio waves in deep interstellar space? There's nothing out there, or at least, nothing we've ever catalogued. What puzzled scientists most was the nature of the modulation. After enhancing the signal through advanced AI-powered decryption, researchers noticed something that froze the room: a triangular formation. It appeared not in visual data, but in frequency distribution, almost like a hidden watermark embedded in the code. This triangle had perfectly equidistant points, with internal modulation that pulsed in perfect Fibonacci intervals. This wasn't a glitch. It was deliberate. A leak from within the research group revealed that the signal's embedded geometry bore similarities to ancient symbols found in Mesopotamian relics, specifically, those associated with early astronomical knowledge. While the official scientific community dismissed this as pseudoscience, others within the team weren't so quick to rule it out. The fact that such structured geometry could emerge in a deep space transmission from a probe that was never programmed to emit such signals sparked a radical question. Did Voyager 1 pass through something? A field? A structure? Or even an artificial construct? One prevailing theory is that Voyager the 1st may have entered a region of space where physics behaves differently, an anomaly zone of sorts. In this field, signals could be refracted or modified in unknown ways, introducing patterns that seem artificial. But critics argued, why would those patterns result in organized, symmetrical formations? Why would they appear so intelligently designed? Then came the truly shocking part. NASA engineers reviewing old telemetry found that Voyager 1's onboard system had undergone a spontaneous reboot, a silent restart of its deep memory banks. This was impossible without ground commands, yet the logs confirmed it. Some began to suspect that Voyager 1 had encountered an electromagnetic field strong enough to influence its internal systems. Others whispered that perhaps Voyager was being examined, remotely accessed or scanned by an unknown force. These claims triggered a wave of speculation online. Forums lit up with questions. Had Voyager encountered intelligent life? Was the signal a greeting, or a warning? To the public, NASA released a carefully worded statement. Voyager 1 has experienced unusual telemetry behavior. Our team is analyzing the cause. There is no indication of threat or interference. But internal reports suggested otherwise. According to a whistleblower memo, parts of the transmission had been classified, not because of content, but because of implications. A detailed AI analysis had reconstructed parts of the signal into audio, and what emerged was haunting. A deep, oscillating tone that rose and fell in frequency like a mechanical chant. Human listeners described it as unsettling, almost sentient. This led to another controversial hypothesis, that the signal wasn't coming from Voyager but was being relayed through it. In other words, Voyager might have acted like a relay point, receiving a signal from somewhere else and unintentionally broadcasting it back to Earth. But if that were the case, then what was the origin? Could it be that Voyager passed through the edge of a dark matter field or even brushed against a hidden communication network, one not built by us? Others proposed even wilder theories. Some suggested that Voyager had brushed against a temporal distortion, a region of space where time and signal compression behave unnaturally, causing echoes from the past or future to bleed into present data streams. It might explain the strange patterns. But still, the triangle remained. And the rhythmic pulse continued. Then came the most unsettling development. Another probe, New Horizons, began picking up faint echoes of the same signal, though distorted and weaker. The pattern was there. Fainter, like a reflection off a distant mirror. Scientists realized this could mean the signal wasn't tied to Voyager at all. It was part of a larger field, possibly a network, through which Voyager had simply passed first. If such a network exists, it changes everything we know about deep space. Communication might be occurring across massive distances using gravitational fields, quantum entanglement, or even unknown principles. Voyager 1, in this case, would have merely acted as a trigger, an object that disrupted the system just enough to elicit a response. And perhaps, the signal we received was a kind of cosmic ping. As of now, Voyager 1 continues its path, silent once again. The signal hasn't repeated. But the data it sent back remains under review by top cryptographers and astrophysicists. What it truly was, natural anomaly, cosmic echo, or intentional contact, remains unsolved. Yet something has changed. Scientists have begun recalibrating their instruments, not just to look for signals from stars and galaxies, but from the space between. The void, once thought silent, may now be whispering. At Waves Discovery, we believe the universe is not as empty as we once imagined. The signals may not always come in the form we expect. They may be wrapped in silence, cloaked in patterns, or hidden in static. But they are there. Waiting. Watching. Listening. So what do you think Voyager 1 really encountered? A glitch in the code, or a message meant for us to find? Could this be our first whisper from the beyond? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Discovery at 2.0 for more untold stories from space, science, and the strange edges of reality.